It's Roseville Story Time! Welcome, everybody! And phew! It has been a hot and humid week this week. Oh my! It's weather like this that makes me so thankful for things like air conditioning and swimming and cold water and ice cream. Oh, so many great things God has given us to cool us off. And in this heat, it reminds me of a really hot story in the Bible. It all starts with a king named Nebuchadnezzar. Hello, I'm King Nebuchadnezzar. You know what? That's really hard to say. Let's try that again. And it all starts with a king named Nezer. Hello, I'm King Nezer. I am wonderful. Please love me. King Nezer's armies had taken over lots of countries around that time. And every time, with every new conquest, go soldiers, go! They brought back more gold and riches. More gold for moi. Oh, how kind. And they brought back more servants. Oh, more servants! How wonderful! Let's have them help me run my kingdom. It's so large. So one of those countries that King Nezer took over were the Israelites, God's people. And three of those Israelites were three guys by the name of Shadrach, hi there, Meshach, hi there, and Abednego, hello. You know what? Those names are really hard to say. Let's try that again. Their names were Shad, hi there, I'm Shad, Meesh, hi there, I'm Meesh, and Bedgo. Hi there, I'm Bedgo. God was with these three guys. How cool is God? He's been so good to us. Yeah, we live in a different country, and God has been taking care of us. He's kept us healthy, and he's given us extra smarts to learn the language. Yeah, it's been great. God is so good. I love God. Me too. He's been protecting us in enemy territory. Isn't that great? God is so good. Yeah, he's so great. Well, all of that got tested one day. Because King Nebuchadnezzar, even though he really liked these three guys, Shach, Meesh, and Bedgo, decided that he was going to build a giant statue of myself. Yes, isn't it wonderful? Look at it. It matches me so wonderfully. It looks exactly like me. Now, everyone, when you hear the music, you need to worship this statue of me. Worship it. Bow down to it. If you do not worship this statue, well, I'm afraid you'll have to go into a fiery, hot, burny furnace. Yes. So the choice is yours. You can worship the statue and live. Or you can go into the fiery, hot, burny furnace. Simple choice, really. Well, what would you do? Worship? Furnace. Worship? Furnace. The music played. The music started playing. And everybody bowed down and started worshiping the statue of King Nezer. Everybody except for Shad, Meesh, and Bedgo. They didn't bow down. The servants of the king came to King Nezer and said, they're not bowing down to you. King Nezer was not too happy about that. What do you mean they're not bowing down to me? Bring them here, those uncouth youth, and we'll see what's going on. So, Shad, Meesh, and Bedgo were brought before the king. Now, here's the deal. You will have one more chance to worship the statue when you hear the music. If you do not, you will go to the fiery, hot, burning furnace. What will you do? Well, the three responded, Oh, great king, we're so grateful for everything you've done for us, really. But you know what? God has been good to us too. He's been loyal to us, and he's been caring for us and protecting us. I'm sorry, dear king. Our God, he has the power to protect us from the fiery, hot, burning furnace. But even if he doesn't, know that we will never be able to worship that image of you. We can only worship our God. He's the only one we can bow to. Well, King Nezer was just a little miffed. What do you mean you would worship me? How dare you? Very well then, we shall put you in the fiery hot burny furnace. In fact, let's make it more fiery. Let's make it more hot. Let's make it more burny. And that's exactly what they did. They made the fiery hot burny furnace more fiery, more hot, more burny. Then they took Shad, Meesh, and Bedgo, and they put him in the fire. But you know what happened? King Nezer didn't see them burning up. In fact, he actually looked and he saw them walking around. Not only that, but there weren't just 3 guys in that fire, in that hot, fiery, hot, burny furnace. There were actually 4. There was a 4th person walking around with them, and he was described as looking like the son of a god. Wow. King Nezer crawled out and he said, Shad, Meesh, Bedgo, what happened? Come on out of here. It seems your god has saved you. And Shad, Meesh, and Bedgo came out of the fire. Not only did they come out of the fire and they weren't burned inside the fire, they weren't even singed. Their clothes were perfectly fine. They didn't smell like fire or smoke. It was an incredible miracle. God protected them. Now, this doesn't mean that if you have enough faith and trust in God, He will protect you from fire. But what it does mean is that God wants us to be as loyal to Him as He is to us. God gave everything for us. He even gave His own life on a cross to die for us, to save us. And he wants that same loyalty from us. He wants us to put Him first above everything else and obey Him above everything else, regardless of what the consequences of that might be. King Nezer was amazed that God was real and that God had saved His people. So he passed a new law, that if anybody said anything bad about the God of Shad, Meesh, and Bedgo, they would be punished. It was a really cool day for God and God's people. God showed up in a really big way. You can read the story for yourself in Daniel 3. Encourage you to do that. And as a family, why don't you take a bit of time and see if there's anything else you learn from that story about God and what God expects from us. That's all for Roseville Story